Good science, by definition, allows for more than one opinion. Otherwise, you merely have the will of one man, which is the basis of cult.
If it's not in frame, it doesn't exist.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Where you been?
Drunk.
Wendy, darling, light of my life.
What's your one purpose in life?
To explode, of course.
I like death with sex. How about you, Casey? You like sex with death?
Yeah, so fuck off and die.
But in all reality, it's like I just don't want to get. I'm soft. I'm a soft body. I don't want to get pummeled.
I'm
like boxing looks fun.
I'm
but...
fragile. My bones, like I know the second I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get in shape. I'm gonna try and box. Like the one time I dislocated my shoulders from drunk boxing with Zach.
I know, right? Well, that's the thing. Yeah. So I've if my grandma's listening to this, I've never drank alcohol, but I've drank. I've been a little intoxicated and boxed with John a couple times.
Yeah.
It's been fun. When you're drunk, you get hit, but it's like I wake up the next day and I'm like, oh god. I'm just like I'm not a tough, gristled piece of meat.
Yeah, you are. Look at that.
Here.
This is a Cult of Cinema Knowledge podcast. That's Jordan the Gristle Howard. That would be your boxer name.
Oh, dude, the Gristle. No, dude, now I got to get in the boxing.
The Gristle's
such
good.
a good name.
Yeah.
Do you think normally like a 36-year-old fat man can get into boxing?
You can get into something. They got something for you. Something else.
Is that do they have like a geriatric weight that's like a geriatric like league where I can get in there and be like
they should have a geriatric league of boxing.
Yeah.
Everyone would watch that. Go on. Anyway, you know why we're talking about boxing movies? Because we watched I was kind of surprised. I wasn't going to put it on the poll randomly because I'm like, it's like such a big Scorsese one, and then it ended up winning, of course, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I wasn't planning on watching it, but I'm pleasantly surprised that it won.
I'm pleasantly surprised because like I saw this in high school, so
same,
a couple years ago, and I remember just being like fine, like mid with it. I liked it.
Same, yeah.
But on this watch, I'm like 5 stars, dude.
Same.
I don't know. I don't know what it's like. Robert D was he destroyed that character, dude.
So good.
It's like one of the greatest like acting bits I've ever seen out of like anybody in my life. Like I don't know. I'm like what did I like? What was I into in high school? Like when I'm watching this, I'm like, it's so beautiful.
I'm surprised.
It's a good character,
right? I'm surprised because my initial reaction back then was I was on a score this was the golden age of the 15-year-old me that just watched like too many movies back to back to back, and I had just watched like Goodfellas and I just watched like Deer Hunter and like Taxi Driver,
some of his big ones,
and like all the Scorsese ones. So I watched this like coming off the tails of like Goodfellas, and I'm like, oh, okay, that was cool. Like it was a fun character study and like the black and white's fun, but it's like it kind of was like not hitting those highs that I was getting from the other ones, and so I was like, yeah, this is middle of the road Scorsese, some good stuff. And so I'm like, I wonder how now that I've mellowed, now that I'm an old aged boxer man, how I'm
right?
mellowed.
Yeah, now that I'm Jake. What is it? Jake LaMotta. I'm Jake LaMotta when he retired,
right? Yeah,
when he's living his best life.
Yeah, I know. Because and like back then, my favorite actor was Robert De Niro, and he's still probably top 5, if not top 3 for me. De Niro's the man, and so like I was like, yeah, he was good. You know what I mean? It's not like Deer Hunter.
I was like into Cape. I was into Deer Hunter,
Cape Fear,
De Niro, which is like that's where I'm like, whoa, De Niro's like such a good actor. But watching this, I'm like, oh my god, dude, De Niro.
This guy's the goat. It's like
so and it's he basically went method without being. He went method in like the traditional sense.
Yeah.
Like he didn't become annoying.
He was just wearing that fake nose around everywhere.
Well, no, like legitimately. So, dude, the mother flipper. He trained with Jake LaMotta.
Oh, really?
In like IRL. Like so. I'm gonna lay like the quick like lore of this movie and how it got started, and like this is the movie that like kick-started Scorsese and actually made him Martin Scorsese. Like without this, he would have just OD'd in an alleyway in New York. Like he would have just been he was in rehab. Martin Scorsese was in rehab off of cocaine because he went into like a psychosis and like he like had a mental breakdown and he almost killed himself. And then he was doing that, and Robert De Niro came to him in the hospital and was like, "Hey, let's make a movie. Let's do this movie. I want to do it. I want to be this character." He brought in the Jake LaMotta
autobiography or whatever, yeah.
And autobiography, yeah. And he's like, I want to do this movie. Martin Scorsese was like, I don't do sports movies. I don't do boxing. You know, like who cares? Who wants that? And like Robert De Niro was the one that was like, no, this isn't a sports movie, and it really isn't. That's what's so beautiful about this movie. It's kind of best of both worlds, honestly. It's like you
just saying it just now. Because I forgot that this was like essentially a biopic, but like actually a good one. Yeah,
yeah, right. No, this is probably like one of the best.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Scorsese like cleaned up, and he actually like really, really cut back. I think if not went completely sober, but just like super, super laid back and chilled. And like this movie was like he put his like heart and soul into it, and it really shows. And it's kind of interesting. I wanted to talk about a little bit of this movie. I feel like it's his first time that he creates the troubled male, and then it's just that rise and fall that he like creates in pretty much all of his movies after this.
Yeah.
I think he did a little bit before, clearly, but like this is kind of the movie where I'm like, oh my god, it's literally just like take this character and then just substitute, The Aviator and substitute Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Substitute Goodfellas even.
Yeah.
It's like substitute all of those, and he like uses this, and it like. And all to great effect. I like all of his movies.
It's crazy that this is so early in his filmography, because I'm like watching it now. I had to like stop and be like, "This is way before Goodfellas," which is crazy because this feels like a more mature type of movie compared. Like, not that Goodfellas is not mature, but that has the energy of like a younger guy. And this movie has the energy, but it's like, the fact that he had to like sober up and. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
His mentality was like in this, like he was really like looking at his morality or mortality.
Yeah.
While he was making this movie, and it really showed really well. And I think that's like it's definitely when he started, because most of his movies are like biopic adjacent. They are. He makes a lot of movies that are like either based off a real human being or taken loosely from real human beings. But I think that the transition that Robert De Niro goes, like he boxed, he actually trained with LaMotta so much that he entered some prize fights and he won. He entered 3 official prize fights and he won 2 of them. It's like and LaMotta like said as they were shooting, he was like, you could
box.
You could box, because it's like he was doing it 100% of all of his stuff.
How cool is that?
And 100% of all that fat, baby.
I saw that he like that's not
made them
suit.
Stop. Yeah, they had to stop production for 3 weeks so he could like just gain as much weight as possible. He went from 152 to 212. So he gained like 50 pounds.
Dude, he's the OG. Because it's like he's not known for doing that kind of thing. Like, he doesn't do that.
No.
It's not like in The Irishman. It's not like he actually just became younger or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh, that's actually, dude. Christian Bale would.
I know.
Christian Bale would be like, I'm gonna be 36 again.
He'd be drinking his kid's blood or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, right. Robert De Niro kind of like. I mean, not to pave the way. He wasn't the first to do this, but it was amazing because he did it. He was like, I have to do this. They stopped production. And when he came in on set, everybody was floored because he had the prosthetics. He fully transitioned. Like, he was being LaMotta in his older age, kind of the present day LaMotta. And he was just like, his gait changed and like his weight. And everyone's just like, even on set, they wouldn't think it was him.
Yeah.
He would be on set. He'd be talking to somebody.
Transformed.
And then they'd be like, all right, we need principal actors. And he would and then he would go, and people would like Teamsters and stuff, and like the PAs would be like, holy fuck, that was Robert De Niro.
I know.
Talking with him.
I have a hard time, like, even, I don't know, because it's like, I have a hard time separating that, like, I know Joe Pesci's face and Robert De Niro's face so much, it's hard for them to not be. Like, even though they're both incredible actors, it's hard for me to not look at them and be like, that's Robert De Niro. But, like,
right,
in this, it's like, they became those two characters. I don't know. And it's like it would. And the weird thing is, it's like it wasn't so out of the wheelhouse of what they. I mean, I guess later would play in some other roles,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right,
and they're
of course.
dynamic,
Yeah,
but it's especially watching it after like all their like so many other collaborations over the years, the three of them. It's fun to go back. Like I don't this has got to be the first one, the three of them, I imagine. Because I don't think Joe Pesci was in it.
Joe Pesci was like he literally was going to quit acting, and then this was the film that got Joe Pesci into acting, like got him back. You know, he was doing like.
We're gonna knock on wood. I'm gonna light a fucking sage right now because all these dudes are like 80s now.
I know, yeah. Every single one of them is like, and they've lived a rough life. Like, so it's like they're not. The fact that they're still alive is like money, probably. That's like the main thing.
It's wild because rewatching this the other night, I put it on, and I was like, okay, I did a ton of homework, and so I'm like, now I got a couple hours. I don't want to do homework anymore. I'm gonna sit and watch this movie. And as soon as I put it on from the opening, just like the opening shots, I'm just like, oh, okay, all right, bud. I'm in.
I don't know what it is. Like when I was younger, I did not appreciate how it looked because it's like, I mean, I understood like the cinematography is really fun. I liked the movement and the action, and it's like Martin Scorsese is fantastic. But like watching it this time, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was like, maybe my mood that I was in or something, but it was so beautiful. It's so like, and it's so simple. That's what was great. It's like it was like one cinematographer and like one assistant, and then like they were like they kind of just was really stripped down. That's all they did. And Martin Scorsese only shot one camera for like the whole movie, so it's pretty cool actually. Like not there's not a lot of like setups or anything. It kind of feels lively. I mean, that's kind of what he does.
I wonder
he gets pretty
what the choice was behind making it black and white. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
I can tell you
always
exactly. I know the.
Oh, all right, bud. Yeah, tell me because it's always a choice, and it's the best choice, honestly.
It was dude. For this movie, it like there's two parts. One, LaMotta, he said in his biography, if anyone ever made a movie about me, I want it to be in black and white.
Oh. Nice.
to honor that, Scorsese was like, well, yeah, we'll shoot it in black and white. But he also justified because they dabbled and they talked. Clearly, this is a film that Scorsese had a lot of like, passion about, and so he would have shot it in color if he kind of I think gone against his wishes.
Sure.
Just if that was what he thought was right. But
and what he's comfortable with, you know what I mean? And it's like.
Right. Yeah. But he wanted to shoot in black and white to give it a timelessness. And because of how graphic it is, like if you like think about it, it'd be super bloody, and so he wanted to like kind of tone it down a little bit. But I think more in the realm that like creating that period piece of it, because it's like, and the effect of shooting that when it goes to color, when it's like desaturated and it's all that 8mm.
Yeah.
That's
the salad days.
So
it does.
Well,
it hits because you feel it because it's like that's the only time in their lives like that it's not the grind. It's like that's the one glimpse of happiness. You know what I mean? Kind of where it's just like
right or just
everything's new and everything's like fresh.
Yeah.
It's like it's like they're obviously bastards the whole time and they are
I know
pretty much irredeemable. But like that's the moment that it's just like I don't know. That's the whole thing about this. This movie's such a fucking tragedy too, and I'm sure if LaMotta was this involved, like I have no idea, but I'm sure it's at least pretty faithful to like his life story and everything like that.
Dude, it's like it paints LaMotta in a more
better
like like tolerant light, I guess, if you will,
which is
like
surprising.
More,
but yeah, it's like
right. It's like for how like dismal this character is. It like LaMotta was there for the premiere, and when it was done, they were like all talking, and Vicky or whatever. What's the
Vicky, the wife, or
Vicky. Well, the ex-wife.
The main
she
one
was also there. But the main exactly the blonde one. But they were like talking and schmoozing after the movie and stuff, and LaMotta was crying in the theaters because he didn't realize like how much of a piece of shit he was, because there's like the real LaMotta, he worked with the mob a little bit. So those like the wise guys in this movie, you know, that are kind of tentative off to the side. LaMotta actually did some like jobs for them and stuff, and like, you know, was a little more. It's because, you know, like the day to day, Scorsese does a really good job at like doing like somebody's life from like birth to death, you know, basically. And so this like kind of just like it's just a breath of his life, but he like day to day would do a lot of work with them, and they say that he did a hit on somebody, and I can't remember exactly what it was. It's like he either tried to shoot them in a car or like something. He did a hit, and he said that, and he said that that's like when he was younger, he killed somebody, and it like gave him the motivation and like the torment, and he felt terrible about doing it. But the day he won this is all probably like, you know, this isn't his autobiography, so it could be a little take it with a grain of salt.
Sure, yeah.
But the day he won his title, his middleweight title, he saw the guy that he was supposed to hit and kill, and so he felt like the weight was lifted. Like he felt he says that like a guardian angel came.
He's like vindicated, kind of, and
yeah, it was like you didn't kill this person. It's like you it gave you the motivation to get here, and so, you know, then he had his title belt and he worked on it a little bit more, but he was pretty much done. So like in the movie, he like Scorsese uses that motivation a lot. He doesn't bring that narrative into it because it's kind of also a little hearsay, you know, but it's kind of like,
and it doesn't need it, but like
kind of interesting. Yeah, the movie it would have been a completely different movie with that motive, right, which I kind of think is cool. Like it's a good idea for, you know, a movie, but
yeah.
Anyhow, I love the movie that we got, and that motivation's great, and it kind of is true to life, because it's like when he gets the title, he's kind of just like done, you know. He's getting chubbier, and he's like, you know, he's just not.
I think that's kind of what's sad in his like arc a little bit, because it's like, and that makes sense with his backstory, because I mean, looking at him and seeing the kind of guy he is, he's obviously not like the brightest, and he obviously he's just like impulsive and solves things with his fucking fists, you know what I mean?
Right.
And
I mean,
so
there's some good tender moments in this with him. Like he's such a complex human that like it's great. But
absolutely.
But he's vile. He's vile. Like,
yeah. No, he sucks. Yeah. But it's like I don't know. There are moments, but it's what makes it kind of so tragic, because it's like he put it on his heart, I feel like, to be like, this is my purpose for being, is I need that title, and like that's what I'm going for. And he even like throws that fight at it to like, because they're like, you'll never get a shot at the title unless you throw the fight. And so he throws the fight, and it like wrecks him, and then he's out for a while, and then gets back in, and then he does win the title. And then when he does, he feels like so vindicated. But then it's like after that, it's just like he has no reason to be anymore. You know what I mean? And it's just like it's all, I mean, it's always been a rocky road, but it's all downhill from there, you know, for sure. You know.
100%. I love the joke when he's like, he's talking to his buddies, and he's like, I started a joint. I'm opening my own.
Yeah, it's like, guess what I'm going to call it?
And he's like, guess what I'm going to call it? He just
Jake LaMotta's.
Jake LaMotta's. It's like, that's so good.
It's on brand, because it's like, yeah, that's so good. Because it's like, that's the thing too. This movie had its tender moments, it had its intense moments, but it's pretty funny sometimes, like in a very like subtle, like not laugh out loud kind of way. But it's just like to see the reactions and like the brotherly bickering, like it's super toxic. But just like the two of them too, like Joe Pesci is just like, what the fuck, man? Like he's just doing his best, his best Joe Pesci. Like I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. It's like they are so authentic and lived in. Like there's two very like pivotal scenes between those two characters. The one where he's, you know, when he's really young and he's like, hit me, and they do like the hit me scene, and that's great. And that all, what's so good about Scorsese movies is like they're loosely written. So Scorsese, like, he's never been the strongest screenplay, you know, it's like he'll work on screenplays and stuff, but a lot of times, especially in his 70s, 80s life, they would do like loose outlines. Then they would do a rehearsal, and then that rehearsal would become, all right, well, this is what we're going to shoot. Like, we're, you know, stick to this exactly. It is. Don't improv very much.
Yeah.
But during that hit me scene, Scorsese sent like a PA or someone, I can't remember. He sends somebody out to the alleyway to scream at them. So that's all improv.
Really?
Like the dude screaming at them through
like, I'll call your fucking
animal.
dog. Yeah.
yeah.
This guy's calling me an animal.
The dog barking and that guy yelling animals, like all improv. And it's so seamless, like between them, it's perfect. And then later when Joe Pesci and like the paranoia scene, you know, when he's fixing the TV and he's just like, you fuck my wife, you know, like that kind of thing. And he's like, why would you ask your brother that? Like, Pesci's acting in that is so like he's so taken aback because some of that,
such
like,
good
"Did you fuck
acting
my
like in
wife?"
his eyes too,
is
like
all
it's
improv.
hurt, like he feels the hurt,
Yes. Well, no, and like at that point they're such good friends in like IRL on set. They've been like, really buddy, and that was like they've been shooting for a while when they shot that scene. So like you can really tell their camaraderie, and like he actually is. Joe Pesci was like really bummed, and after that scene, Joe Pesci didn't see De Niro for like this was supposed to be shot in like 50 days or something, and it took him like 100 or something. It was like took him like double the time to shoot this movie. And so there was like a log breath of like 2 months or something where he didn't even see De Niro until they shot the scene where he comes back. And Pesci was like, holy shit, De Niro looks so different.
He's changed.
Because he was like full LaMotta, at the end there. Like it's like he was at like the top of his weight and his like, everything about it. It's like that scene's really good too. It's like it's kind of crazy how few scenes there are with them together, like showing their chops, but like when it happens, they're so good. They're like
so good.
they stand out.
Pesci is
this
so
movie,
underrated,
does,
dude. He's
like,
underrated as fuck. Like,
yeah,
De Niro's
I don't know why
he's
this
a goat,
movie-
and he's known as a goat, but like everything Pesci is in, he's like, it's like from this to fucking every other thing to My Cousin Vinny to fucking Home Alone. You know what I mean? Like he
even Home Alone
sends
he's
it,
great
dude.
in
He
that.
sends it. I don't know. I really appreciate him. Because he was honestly. I mean, we talked about it. Go listen to that episode. The Irishman, like last year or earlier in the year or whatever. And everyone is obviously great in that movie, but Joe Pesci, just like his like quiet strength in that. It's like he's a loudmouth in this, but like he's got those moments. I don't know, man. He's too good. Everyone is too good, and those it's like I couldn't deal. I was kicking my 15-year-old self in the pants because I was like, man, like what? Like everything about this movie is just firing on all cylinders. You know what I mean? And it's like I didn't even like. I know it's a true story or whatever, but I'm like I'm not like, oh, this is LaMotta. I'm just like this portrayal of this man, this fucking just broken, paranoid human that it's like he could have had it all, man. Like he could have had it all. He could have been in his game, and then it's just like he destroys everything that's important.
Well,
to him. That's like the real shit that matters, like his family. Even though his brother's also kind of a piece of shit, like, but
it's crazy to watch somebody with the talent doing it. And you're like, oh my god, they really can. And it's kind of one of those things where it's like they could go all the way, and they do. Like theoretically, like in the world of boxing, like they actually like they accomplish the goal, basically getting a belt. But like to get there, the people they have to step on, and like just I don't know, they're like that. You can see the turmoil in his like rise, you know. And then like I think that like with this, it's a little. I think what I like is like the fall isn't as hard, if you will. Like I don't know. I mean, he does have a fall, and he does like that mix up where his like his womanizing and like his underage,
questionable
predilections.
Questionable.
Or like
predilections.
you're like okay, that's a little rough, and you're kind of like I'm like a little bit like, has that been sugar coated? Because
probably.
Like,
yeah,
anyways,
but I could see it.
But like the scene when he goes to jail, and De Niro is like that is all like that's all like made up, essentially. Like that's all just kind of like his fall, that just like to show him one moment of like mercy. And it's kind of like, and that is like Scorsese said that's like his character arc is actually that his being like he's a terrible person. He kind of like he's trying to like he's trying to like atone for his sins, essentially.
And normally that scene was super powerful because like normally I'd look at a scene like that and be like, oh, okay, this is the scene where the actor gets to really act and like do the whole crazy fucking punch in the walls and like, no, Stella or whatever, and gets to do that, and I'm like, that's fine. But like, so the way it works into the character, and it's just like that's like the one. Like he's never really self-aware of his own actions destroying those around him. It's always someone else. You know what I mean? It's always like his brother or mostly his wife. Like he's so fucking paranoid about his wife, like even mentioning other men and shit. He's so possessive and shit. But it's just like he has nothing. His wife's fucking left him. His brother's left him. He's like a fucking fat slob now. He's like in jail. He's gonna lose his liquor license or whatever. And he literally, and he's like punching the wall and screaming. And he's just like, oh, fucking like so stupid. And like he's just saying like all this shit. Like, and it's the only time of real reflection, because it's like everything that you see him at the clubs and like he's like, I'm a comedian. It's just like, it's so sad to watch, because like when he's doing the comedy,
he's not entertaining anybody. He's an entertainer. Like even in everything he does, he's an entertainer, and that's like the one time where you actually get to see him. Like he's not entertaining for anybody. It's like, you know,
just him alone with his thoughts. You know what I mean? Which is the worst thing for this kind of guy.
I know this guy. Yeah. He does not want to be alone with his thoughts.
No, of course not. I don't know, man. Like, there's so many. It's sad. Like that's the one thing I like really remember about this movie, is that it's just like, it's just so tragic. Like I say, the arc and everything, but it's just like how much he cares for like what he's doing, and like how he's like, it's like the amount of abuse he takes is specifically like, it's like, you know, deep down it's like he deserves it, but also it's like, you can't knock me down. Obviously, there's a whole thing when he like gives up and lets Sugar Ray just like beat the living fuck out of him.
Do you know what's crazy, dude? This shit it's real. So I keep saying I'm gonna post.
Those are really actual
Reddit.
blood, just like.
Well, no, yeah. Well, I'll tell you about the blood in a minute too, because the blood's amazing. But I will post, if you go to r/cult of cinema knowledge, I'll post a YouTube video on there. It's like a 30-minute kind of like behind the scenes, you know, documentary of the making of this, and it's, I think, on its like 20th anniversary or something, you know. But anyways, they talk about how like LaMotta was, that he is like the Bronx Bull. Like he totally would get his ass beat, and that was like his big thing. And the watching the fights, they've spliced together the real fight and the movie, and you're like, at times it like cuts back and forth and you can't tell which is which. Like they pretty much, like, that is like how he gets pummeled to shit and doesn't go down is his thing. He's not a very good boxer, but he could
like, he hits beating. That's the thing, is he can take a fucking beat. He doesn't block at all. He
literally, he doesn't. In the real footage, he's just like stands with his arms to the side, and I'm just like, this fucking guy, this like 2x4 is just getting.
And then, but he hits like a tank. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's like that's why they call him the Slugger and the bull and all this.
Right.
And it completely tracks, because he is an animal, and the amount of abuse he can take. But
really,
it's the depth that I'm like, even though this character seems like just like a very straightforward meathead kind of guy, you know what I mean? But it's like, and I don't know about the real LaMotta really, but like De Niro and Scorsese like really bring like a depth where it's just like this, him getting beat, it's like he's proving something, but it's also like this self-deprecation. Like maybe I'm reading that, but I'm just like, deep down, it's like he feels like he deserves it. You know what I mean? And so he just like is like, you know, wail on me.
He would say it's where he would go to confess. Like, it was his confession. He would go there and he would get his ass like if he was feeling really, like, if he felt really bad about himself, he would let himself get hit like a lot more. It's just like, it's that adds such a layer of like tragic kind of irony to it, where it's like he was such a piece of shit, and like, but he just, you know, the people around him, but like, kind of, it's like watching him get pummeled. You feel sympathy. You're just like, holy crap, dude. And so like, it's kind of crazy that he does that. But I love how they did the blood in this. Like, this was another, they used black and white to their advantage. Yeah, dude, it's Hershey's chocolate.
Because I was like, that's Hitchcock, baby. You know, right?
Exactly. That's just the black and white.
Yeah,
like, it's crazy. You know, that's just what you'd use.
I love that.
Just like, but they would have like, it wouldn't be squibs. It would be packets in their nose, and he would get punched. They would really like fucking, even Robert
because it gets a pretty good spray.
He was a cuckoo banana on this dude, and he got, like I said, he went and boxed. It's like he was, and the scene with Joe Pesci when they're punching each other, they literally punch each other like hard. Like, it's like they just like, they're punching each other. Like, I don't know, they've got that brotherly love, dude. They feel They feel like real brothers. It's crazy.
Which is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy because it's like their relationship is like it's so bad, and they're so like combative, and they can't ever say like a nice thing about one another or nothing like that. But
I know, right?
But it's not
It's
like
weird. They
it's
feel
not
like they're
like
using each other, but not.
Not really. Yeah, kind of. But like, it's not like a rivalry, even though it almost acts like one. But like, they're definitely looking out for each other, but it's definitely one-sided, and that's when it all comes falling down. Is because it's just like, Joey's the whole time just like looking out for him. He doesn't tell him that I made a huge scene and got in trouble with the mob because I saw your wife out with this fucking guy, and I torched that relationship because it's like they had a relationship beforehand, and he burned that bridge for his brother. And so like when it all comes back around, and he's just like, how are you got no one left to fight. You got to fight me now with like, you got to turn it on me all of a sudden. And how he gets there too. I don't know. It's just like, and when Joey says to someone that he's just like, yeah, you know how he is when he gets something in his head. Jake, he just can't, it festers or whatever, and it's true. It's just like the smallest things. It's just everyone. He's just so untrustworthy. And it breaks your heart kind of, because it's just like, even though they're kind of douchey to each other, it's like they're just like looking out for each other, especially early on too. He's like, and introduce me to that 15-year-old girl and everything.
I know, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Who I had to look it up because I was just like, they always do this in movies where I'm like, everyone's supposed to be young, but I'm like, she's like 35, but I looked it up. She was like 20 still.
She was 20.
Yeah.
So I was like, she's 20. And I forgot to look up how old.
She's
Robert
20.
De Niro was probably like
playing.
He's probably like 30.
Yeah. But everyone in the 40s looked, like they were 40 anyway. You know what I mean?
I know, right? Well, yeah, to us, it's like that. Do you know what's crazy? Do you know how they got her hair? All those like crazy curls
was
that
it
she had.
chocolate?
Like,
did they just have the
stuff?
chocolate budget? No, just...
It was corn syrup.
Oh, so basically.
They used so it was. It was like, they used a confection. They used this like, the hairstylists would use corn syrup to hold it, and it would like dry. They'd like blow dry it, so it would just become like solid.
If anyone here had corn syrup crusted in their hair before,
yes.
It sucks, and that makes total sense.
Brutal, dude. Yeah, it's brutal.
And we're a couple burly dudes,
really...
and we've made some corn syrup fake blood, and it's just like, it's like tacking
it
you.
Gets, yeah.
Oh,
it
God,
does,
it sounds
dude.
so uncomfortable, but
it dries. And
damn, does it look good?
She said that the bees were incessant. Like,
no,
like incessant. They just
got
like
a bee in your bonnet.
The whole time. Yeah, literally, dude. Literally. But yeah, she's like the pool scene with her hair like that. She's like,
she was great too. Good. Like, I felt,
dude. Everyone. This is like the most. This was the most like this like almost passes the Bechdel test. Like this is like Scorsese focuses on a woman. This I don't think he does until like Killers of the Flower Moon. He's never focused on a woman this much in a movie. Like
he really
that's
doesn't
like one
much,
thing Scorsese's terrible. Like he's so bad with women, and so like this movie, I'm actually like it's like oh shit, she's like a pretty integral character. Like I would say there are 3 main characters, and she's one of them
for sure. And she's got like her own like. It's sad because it's like she really. I was like, does she actually love this guy? And then, but like she does, and that's
she does.
Also what's heartbreaking too, because it's just like that love is worn down over the years by all his paranoia and stuff. And she's like, I just want to go out. You know what I mean? I'm 17 or whatever.
Yeah, I know she did say that. I think she was 20 at the time. I think. Well, it's like she had like 2 kids. And she's like 20 years old.
So I just want to do a thing, but. Not gonna happen.
And that's her scene is amazing when when he busts the door down and like he's like slapping her up, and like she just like her when she's like I was out there sucking everyone's dick, like it's so good.
And I literally was like about to like grab it on my face, be like, no, don't say that to him. I know you're just doing it just to be like vindictive, but I'm like, he's not the kind of guy like that's just the validation he needs to hear to say that all his poisonous thoughts are correct. Is to you to be like, I fucked everyone, I fucked your brother, I sucked his dick. He's like, you sucked his dick, and she's like, I sucked everyone's dicks on the block, and it's like obviously not. But then he immediately is just
I can't believe how he can't. Yeah, he can't see that like she's just being like hyperbolic and like being an asshole to him.
He's like
at the time like
I can't murder her because he easily could have because it's like when he goes over because that scene that's the one scene that really stood out in my mind from when I watched it way back in the day is how he comes over and just starts whooping his brother's ass in front of his whole family and everything. And it's so brutal. And then like his wife tries to get in, and that's the one time he probably still pulls his punch, but he hits her like closed fist, and it just like down like a sack of potatoes, man. And
dude.
And she still, and I get it, it feels so real, but she still stays for like another 15 years or whatever, 10 years or however long.
Scorsese said that, like, I mean, that was real, and he's just
That's
like,
real, yeah.
It's kind of one of those. It's one of those mysteries in life, like what keeps somebody, what keeps somebody together. Like, it's just wild. Like, it is one of those, like,
Well, it's interesting.
No,
I want to watch more Brando. I mean, we've said this before, but it's obviously he's quoting On the Waterfront when he's like doing his speech just to himself. But it's just like I kept getting reminded sort of Streetcar Named Desire a little bit.
Oh, 100%. That was totally an influence. Like, for sure.
And so it's just like that dynamic, like their relationship feels like very like reminiscent of that, but like still fresh. Yeah, man. it's too good. I want to come back to something you said a minute ago because I want to get into the editing. But you mentioned that during the fight scene they cut in real footage. Is that what you said?
No. Sorry, I was just saying in this documentary that I watched, they showed
that on
the
Reddit.
real footage.
Put it on Reddit.
So
it's like very very close.
So it effectively is like it's literally like like they'll shoot they basically reenacted what it looked like. It looks identical. The times when they shoot it, it's like like have a frosty Pabst Blue Ribbon, like that whole thing,
dude.
But it's like the 9th round brought to you by Pabst, like that. Like that was real. Like that was all like
the energy, like the cinematography of this, like had all the energy that like obviously wouldn't be that like very what would become to more trademark Scorsese, like the whipping camera and like the pull-in and like the fast cuts,
dude.
But
they have the camera floating around when they get punched and shit. Dude.
Oh, dude, when it spins all the way around the ring, it's just the lights.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's so good.
So good.
But other like that stuff aside, I wouldn't be surprised, like I thought you might have said, that they cut it in between because it's like so many things of this. The black and white is timeless, and it feels like the era. You know what I mean? It feels like like when they're in the boxing rink, and it's just like the crunchiest black and white, and just like the giant smoke clouds, and they're just like mountains of sweat. And I'm like, this feels, other than like the modern bells and whistles, like it could have been shot in that era. If they just got crazy with it, but it's
right.
Like there'll be a static shot, and I'm like, oh yeah, this you could have told me that this was just a straight up like recovered footage from like a big ring at Madison Square Garden. I would have been like, yep, that tracks because it looks like it is. It's timeless in that way. I don't know. It's like if they would have made this movie now, it just looked like a Netflix movie or something. I don't know. Like,
I know I'm trying to. Well, like I got two things I want to say real quick. One, I love the cinematography is amazing. It's like beautiful. All the set dressing, everything's cool. Like, there's a thing to be said. Scorsese shot in, if you notice, the ring changes. He'll shoot in like a quarter size ring, and then he'll shoot in like a double the size ring.
That makes sense because it's like it's so intimate when it needs to be. And it's like makes sense because they're like in there. And even though these aren't 1940s cameras, they're still not, GoPros. So it's like.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So to shoot around that. But I think that helps it clearly look super cinematic. But anyways, when they do the sound effects, they're the punches, when they make contact, the punch sound will be a bullet. They actually like fired blanks in the sound studio. And then the hit is them just like taking a boxing glove and boxing like a bucket of tomatoes.
Yeah.
Just box like, and so like, hearing that, like I listened to it again and I'm like, oh, it's so cool. And then they do the like, that classic, add in like animal sounds into the crowd.
I noticed
the
that
crowd
too,
noise. Which is awesome. Which is it's really highlighted when like when he doesn't win the match and then the fight breaks out in the ring. That's really cool. But like watching it again, when you see it, it's like the bullet sounds actually help a lot. It's crazy. It kind of makes it like unnatural. Like
it's like
it's not
a
unhuman.
little.
It just seems.
It's subtle, but it's like takes
so
it to a level of surreal that like movie magic area where it's just like it is ethereal almost. Like it's just very dreamlike with the cinematography, with the sound effects. Like, because that's the thing. It's like for how much of a human family drama this is, the actual boxing stuff, like all the boxing stuff, was the most cinematic boxing that I've seen in any movie,
ever. Right. Yeah, really. Like I can't think of like, and it's so weird because this movie is like, it was considered like the greatest movie of the 80s. It didn't win the Academy, but that seldom matters.
I know.
But,
I had to look it up because
it's-
cinematography. I was like, what did this lose to? And I lost to Tess by like Tess cleaned up that year apparently in '81, cleaned up by Polanski, which I've never seen. And so I'm like, I got to see it because I'm like, there's no way it's better. Like, there's no way.
No, there's
like,
no way.
Polanski's a good director, but
yeah.
But
right.
I don't know.
But it's
I
just
was like, how could they? But it did win the editing because honestly, the editing in this movie, and all Scorsese's movies, the editing is like fucking like top shelf. Like it's the gold standard kind of, I think. And this one specifically, like this is definitely, I think, I mean, this is maybe recency bias, but I'm like, this is his best looking and best edited movie, like that he's ever done.
It's
so well edited.
I think I could give it to you. Honestly, I mean, there's some like clearly there's some strong contenders, obviously for his. Filmography. He's only gotten better, and it's like there's some stuff in Wolf of Wall Street where even though that's like one of my least favorite of his.
See, I love Wolf of Wall Street.
It is. No, I love it. That's the thing. It's just one of my.
I get it.
I think it's because it's like so bombastic.
It's a hard.
It's amazing
when it comes to Scorsese. It's hard to pick. I
mean, it is.
We really gotta. I don't know if we finished this whole because I feel like I've seen almost all of his movies, but I haven't seen all the. I haven't seen like Kundun, but we've watched quite a few. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I've actually never seen the. Oh my God, the one that Joker riffs off of, the comedy. Oh my God,
King of Comedy. It's good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I feel like I also watched King of Comedy around the same time I watched this originally, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. That's an interesting take. Bob De Niro rules. And then that's kind of how I left it, and I don't remember much about it. So it's like, I've always been wanting to watch it.
We should find a way to watch it.
Well, because
when we saw After Hours a few, go listen to that episode a few months ago,
After Hours,
and maybe even a year ago. God, I don't remember. And it's dude, it like blew me away. Like After Hours is like one of like the funniest movies I've ever seen. Like it was
such
like,
a stark. That's the thing. That's why he will go down as one of the greatest of all time. Because it's like
one of the. I mean, yeah, he is.
The difference. And After Hours came out like what 2 or 3 years, like 3 or 4 years after this, like 84 or something.
Yeah, it's 84. I think sounds right. Or something, 83. Yeah.
The fact that it's just like this movie, this like black and white, very just like it's such a sad, tragic movie, and it leaves you with kind of a pit in your stomach. And not in like the traditional like, oh, it's like the Holocaust or something, you know what I mean? It's like just like the kind of like it's just never there's like hardly any levity. It's just crushing. The whole thing is just crushing and disappointing in these characters. And but then turn it around,
got like a drive to it.
And then After Hours is like this bombastic fucking crazy comedy that's like
and it is like
and vibrant
comedy. Like
it is. It's straight up.
Yeah.
And it's
like
super
the whole time.
Cinematography is the exact opposite and almost just as good.
I know.
Almost just as good.
No, really though. That's what's crazy. It's like for how such a simple movie. I think that's just Scorsese can do that. And Scorsese has such a good eye for classics that like when he makes something, it feels so fresh and innovative, but like it has such a foundation. I mean, he is the like he's that whole like you've got to know the rules to break them. Like he knows he's just done the conditioning, and so like when he goes to make a movie, he knows kind of when to just like jazz it up a little bit, but then
it feels like, and this is why I think PTA is probably like he's top, if not number one favorite director for me, but he obviously is so inspired by Scorsese in like every way. But they have that same style where it's just like they have an eye and they got their craft so focused that it's just an instinct now. That it's just like they don't need to be, and I was gonna say like they don't need to be like David Fincher or something, which he does his own thing masterfully, but it's just like he's the fucking technical, like everything just so. And these guys are like, let's fucking just riff it. Let's just like, and they just have the instinct for storytelling but like specifically cinematic storytelling, like the movies, just the movies, baby. Like, God damn, I love movies. The movies are so good.
I know. Yeah, they're really, this movie got me jazzed up because, Scorsese, he said that like, when he made this movie, he was like, well, I don't want to make a boxing movie because Rocky just came out. They were literally like from like 76 to like 80 when he was in development. there were like 3 big boxing movies that came out, and he was like, I don't want to make a movie anything like these. Like, I don't want to be like
following
these
that
kind of boxing
trend
movies,
or
you know?
whatever. Yeah.
Right. And he really he doesn't. It's like one of those things. That's like, I'm surprised. It's funny. This movie is very like well regarded and like people really like it, but I feel like when it comes to like, it's like it's
simultaneously overrated and underrated because it's like
I know, right? That's what I'm trying to think. Like
people
it's
don't.
One of those, I think maybe because
they don't mention it when they're talking
he's not
about
as
like
cool.
Yeah, it's not as cool. It's not as
cool.
It's not as zippy. It doesn't have.
He's not a taxi driver. Like it's not
right.
Like,
that's
you know,
that's
not,
what I.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. It's not like these crime thrillers that it's just like obviously what I cut my teeth on, and everyone. It's like Goodfellas and like all the shit that's like in Taxi Driver before that. It's like those are like his landmark ones, you know what I mean? All these like, and so this is just like, and it's not boxing like it's sportsman, you know what I mean? It's definitely like attrition,
right?
You know, like you say, and
yes, no, I love the idea of it being his confession booth. Like he just goes in to get to either like like beat up God or get his ass kicked.
I know, right?
It's like so good.
And,
like it just
and
I love the whole bit when he like smashes his face in and he's like, he ain't pretty no more. And I'm like,
oh
yeah, dude.
Yeah, and that
Fight Club
squib,
style.
I was gonna say that one when they nail him and it like his
that's
like
so good.
And Joe Pesci later's like, oh, his nose was hanging off. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's great. But speaking of like the ending, which I forgotten because obviously I've seen Boogie Nights dozens of times probably.
Oh, dude, I know. That's me too.
I'd forgotten that it's
thing.
like that he straight up like lifted that ending.
He did. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's right.
You're a star.
Like,
you're a star. You're a great big star. You know.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to pull his big prosthetic dick out. Yeah.
I know, dude. I literally when he like stands in the mirror, I'm like, there's no way he pulls his wiener out right now.
That'd be so good. Can you imagine what a left turn that would take? But as well as because it's a good reason for good reason. PTA took that and used it to great effect also in Boogie Nights, but for rightfully so because that ending scene really does just hammer down like it's just like he's just like clinging on to this idea of himself. He's a shell of a man, dude, and it just is so.
But he's such an entertainer. That's what I'm like.
But it crushes
though. But
him in the bar, like a couple scenes before that, him in the
dude,
the
dive
shitty
bar.
dive bar where there's like barely anyone,
dude, and he's like, you're
drunk.
a piece of shit.
And his jokes are literally just like just mean-hearted or overly sexual. Yeah, and it's just like that's it. It's just like, hey, fuck your mom or whatever. And it's just so I don't know. And then just see him just like hyping himself up to try and be like he's the one. It's just the delusion behind it too. You know what I mean? It's just like that inkling of self-awareness in the jail cell is just like it's nowhere to be seen anywhere else in the movie. Really, you know what I mean? Which is perfect. I don't know. It's perfect for that kind of movie. And honestly, being a biopic, which I wouldn't even consider this until we were just talking about it just now, it's the best kind. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right. No, really, yeah.
I think a very good character
Scorsese
study on a very troubled man that De Niro and Scorsese together bring into like this character and all so on. Like, because again, I don't know if fucking Jake LaMotta is in real life, but I feel like their portrayal of this person that they've either crafted or borrowed or whatever to give this, it's just like hidden depths. You know what I mean? That it's like in the acting, in the writing, and then just the story that Scorsese's telling. That also happens to be a really cool boxing movie also, like alongside. It's not, not Rocky in those ways. It's better.
No, right.
it's
and it's like the only.
It's what us what us edgy guys want out of it. It's like, yeah, what if Rocky was just like so much more? It's not inspiring at all. It's the exact opposite. It's soul crushing.
Yeah, it's like Scorsese, like, and it's one of those things where it's like and I think it's not a boxing movie because the narrative, there is no emotional pivot for if he wins or not. Like there's him in the ring has nothing to do with the movie, really. You know,
it's him throwing the fight and then bawling his eyes out, which also was incredible.
That's a big one. That's so good.
But like, it's like he did it and made himself look weak. And took this risk, and it paid off, and he got what he wanted. But it like is almost anticlimactic. Like it glosses over, like they give him the belt and he obviously like, that's the real joy. Like that should have almost been in color too, you know, is because it's like, those are the moments and it's like, he smiles for real and you feel it for real, but then it's just like, and then it's just gone. It's not the climax of the movie, like at all. Like it's like, but that's the climax of his life. You know what I mean? It's like,
it really,
and so
really,
after
like,
that, it's all
IRL too.
It's all denouement, baby. Like it's.
Yeah. the next like you got like 45 minutes left of the movie. It is, and it's
But like
dude,
that's
it's
the
such
story.
good.
And didn't even mention the scene that also broke my heart so bad, and also showcases Pesci more. But when he sees his brother like 10 years later or whatever, out buying like a fucking, I don't know, loaf of bread or whatever he was doing, and he sees him and he's like trying to get him to stop, and he won't. And he like won't hug him. And he's like
his little
his cute little like, you know, late 50s mustache or whatever he's got going on. Looks like a newspaper reporter. And it broke my heart. And it's like, I don't want these guys to succeed and be happy or whatever. It's not like oh, he deserves it or he's even repenting, but it's just like he's just like, hey, you're my brother, just because he has no one. And then it's just like, nah, dude, you burned that bridge, man. Like, and it's like, you can't ever get that back.
Right.
You can't ever get back. He's not gonna punch you in the face for you know, you can't rile him up to punch you in the face because they as angry as they were, they're probably like, yeah, I remember when I punched you in the face a bunch of times. Ha ha. So sad. But yeah, that's some Pesci, some cold. But you could, again, even though Pesci's known for being like such a loudmouth, that so subtle. Like you could see he's the resentment and the hurt.
Well, dude,
on his face.
He was going to cry in real life on set. He was like, he hadn't seen De Niro, and that scene was like really powerful for him.
Yeah,
and like he hated that he had to like, you know, do this to this human being, like, you know, like in real life, like, you know, like his relationship with his family and everything about it like came in, and so like he really is fighting back tears during that scene, and like it's cool. I don't know, and they really like, God, they really throw themselves into it, man.
I do. You got a money minute for me?
Yeah. It's kind of, it's, you know, a pretty simple. It's one of those like, it was $18 million to shoot,
okay,
which feels like, I mean, that's pretty high budget, honestly, for the time, but
yeah,
it's kind of right up there. It's just like, that seems pretty. That's probably like 50 million budget today, you know, like, so it's one of those kind of, you know, fair budget, but it made 23 million in box office, so, you know.
Yeah,
like,
didn't bring, but like this is one of those movies, and I think again this is why it's not as fondly remembered, is because it's like it's more of a critical, it's more of like a film's kind of.
It's a film, yeah.
It's a film guy movie where it's just like anyone can enjoy, you know, Goodfellas or whatever. So.
Right. Well, I bet you 20 million of that budget, or 20 million of that box office, is from people thinking it was going to be like Rocky or like, you know, like Punch Out or something, whatever movie came out, Punching Bag or something.
I saw Rocky and I thought the one thing it was missing is fuck Sylvester Stallone and needed, you know, De Niro.
Yeah, they're like, De Niro's in a boxing movie, and they're watching it, like all the kids are crying.
I bet you it's really badass. It's just like
the
definition of like toxic masculinity. Like,
yeah, like the kids are in there, they're like, "Mommy, why is he hurting her?"
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that tracks though. You ready for a couple of Reddits?
I was.
Let's see what I got. Oh, he made it.
Ready.
I was wondering if he's gonna get. All right, I haven't read it yet though. So I got a couple. Just Grand Hand 9486 says classic. You know, thanks for being here. And then
hell yeah, dude.
Ink Hanford says I was talking to my local Progress Club member who frequently brought in celebrities and athletes for fundraising events. They brought Jake LaMotta, and he said, "Ever see Raging Bull? He's just like that. Really depressing." Thank you.
Hell yeah,
that's fun. I don't know. Like it.
That's amazing.
It seems on brand.
Dude, there's this magazine that's called The Ring. And it was started in like 1922 or something, and I think it's still going today.
You read it, you die in 7 days.
Or? But like I know that's I was trying to look it up because I want to buy some copies. But dude, to get the one with Jake LaMotta on it on the cover, it's like $400. I'm just like, damn it!
I want a ticket.
Like, looks awesome.
I want a ticket from De Niro when De Niro was boxing at one of those. Like, I want someone who went to one of those and they're like, yeah, I saw De Niro box. You know what I mean? Like, that would be cool.
Dude, holy shit, that would be really cool. Oh yeah,
When
I looked that up.
that's why I always
But
say
yeah,
it's like
thanks for the comment.
if I was ever rich, I would just buy like stupid movie props and like the collector things like that.
Oh,
you know, like for sure.
100%. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Clones of People 2 says, I've seen this a few times, but it's been at least 10 years since I last watched. I think a lot of us had this in the Scorsese playlist when we first got into film. Yeah, exactly. Robert De Niro is incredible in this. He's such a brutish, unlikable ass. It's not possible to like him. Even when he loses it all, he's still bitter and narcissistic. The cinematography is immense. Those old smoky boxing arenas are captured so well, and the energy of the fighting feels real. The score makes it feel very different from the usual Scorsese. I think the opening credits with the boxing and slow-mo to classic music is one of my favorite openings in cinema. I think it would be one of my favorite Scorseses if it was more punchy, like Goodfellas or Casino, but it's a great film, very heavy though. The continuity was off as usual. Blood and cuts changed all the time. Still a great 9 out of 10.
You don't. That's what we come for. If Scorsese made a succinct, tight film without any continuity errors, I would be AI. I don't even. If Scorsese can't make a film that doesn't have some shit fucked up, and he doesn't care about continuity. He just wants the best take.
I forgot what it was. But it's like I saw a list. I forget. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm forgetting her name because the editor that's edited like all of his movies till she died.
Exactly. God,
so good. But she had like a list of like priorities. I saw one time that it was like, here's the priorities of what we prioritize when I'm editing, and continuity was like number 8. It was like 7 or 8. And she's like, no, it's like we want to tell the story. We want the best take. We want the emotion. You know what I mean? And how does it like cut together? And it's like, you know. It's like De Niro, he's getting punched in the face and blood's getting splat on him, and then it's just like not there. And the next time it's like, yeah, it's all right, you know, whatever, you know, you're gonna beat yourself up.
Yeah, and it's like it's kind of dreamy, like you know, it's shot fast enough and stuff. But I know what you're saying. I actually like. I appreciate it. I love when I see a continuity error in one of Scorsese's films.
I feel like Scorsese.
Hell yeah.
For everyone else, it looks like a mistake. You know what I mean? They're not everyone else, but I see a continuity error in another movie. I'm just like, they need a better script supervisor or something, yeah. But like in a Scorsese movie, I'm just like, oh man, this is how he does it. Like this is part of the magic. We're seeing behind the veil, you know.
You kind of are. You're like, as you're watching it, you're like in real time. You're seeing like, oh, he made the decision to be like, no, we need this. Mm-hmm. This is going to be the most emotionally beneficial part, you know.
When you're trying to tell a story, and you know, in cinematic language especially, it's like, whatever. I like how he says that it's more punchy with a cute pun. And because you're right, that was my first like thing too. But I guess now I'm just like old, and I'm like I don't even like boxing. But now I'm like an old boxing movie guy, apparently, because I don't know where this ranks now. I'm scared to put it too high up, but I don't know.
I know, but it's high up for me. It literally like it did make me be like, I want to go watch old boxing matches. Like because I saw some on that documentary that I'll post on Reddit.
Cool.
It's like they're so different, dude. People are just like, it really is like and they're the corner man, like the people on their team are like slapping them up and beating them up. They're like, stay with me. You know, I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Blowing cigar. They all have like cigars. It's always like fat 60-year-old men eating salamis and shit.
Yeah, literally.
I almost read my own comment. Competitive Bat 5831 says, at this point I feel like let me talk to him is Joe Pesci's catchphrase. Seeing a young De Niro is strange, but he's fantastic and really sells just how unstable Jake is. Yes, short and sweet. I wonder, Competitive Bat, this is your first time watching this, I assume. You got to watch more young De Niro, dude. Every time I go back to, because young De Niro's just been, he's got a prolific career and he's always been good. Right. But like going back and watching young De Niro, I'm like, this guy is a force, and he's handsome, and he's just fucking, and it's like the choice to schnoz him up and like make him this fucking so unlikable. Because that's what I told Mary. I'm like, you would hate this movie because A, it's in black and white, and the main character is like so unlikable. You know what I mean? But
yeah, God, but it really like it's one of those like to suggest like a Scorsese film to somebody. This would, you know, there'd have to be a certain kind of person, you know, someone who likes film. Yeah, I would be like, oh, you'd probably actually really like Raging Bull because it's like, it's such a like Scorsese film to like, you know, the archetype and the editing and the you know, everything about it. But like there's something that feels like hopeful in like how he makes it, how tight he makes this film. And it's like, but then but it's young too. It's like he's young and fresh. God, I don't know, but
energetic,
but even
aged.
Even Killer of the Flower Moon has great energy, dude. It's like he was like 80 when he made.
And
that,
we're Irishman apologists too. You know what I mean? Like everyone likes to hate on Irishman.
I actually really liked it. Like I don't know when we did the podcast, I might have said I might have been a little harsher on it at the time, but
it's all
when I think about it now, I'm like
digital. Some of the old man choices, but flawed gem. No, thank you. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it to you if I forget. This movie made me want to watch. We got to do 2 months. We got to do 1 month of gangster movies, and not just mafia, but all gangster movies. Because I really want to rewatch Casino now because I have a similar. I watched Casino after Goodfellas, and I was like, that's fine, but it's no Goodfellas. But now I'm like really want to watch Casino.
Remember. Dude, I literally the exact same thing. Watched Goodfellas, watched Casino back to back. Was like, wow, Goodfellas is so much better. Yeah. But I want to see Casino again because I haven't seen I've seen Goodfellas like 5 or 6 times since then.
Same.
But I haven't seen Casino.
Same.
I haven't gone back.
I've only watched Casino all the way through like 1 time, so it's I want to. And then movies, not just black and white movies. We've been talking about this, not just black and white movies, but because every movie past a certain age is black and white. But black and white movies. That are made like that the choice was a deliberate choice to be black and white, like everything after, black and white movies post 60s or something, you know what I mean? Because it's
right.
Because it is like the different type of cinematography you really got to lean into. It's so good. I don't know. It's
like
so
I want to see Roma. I've never seen
Oh,
Roma.
that was one I was thinking of. Roma's good.
Yeah, right. I really want to see it, and I want to see The Artist again.
I've never seen The Artist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I really liked it.
All right, we'll do it.
I
black.
haven't seen it since 2006 or something, 11. I don't remember when the fuck that came out.
I think it came out in 2011. I think 2010, 2011. I think it won the Oscar in 2012 or whatever. So
yeah, right.
So that tracks. Anyway,
but yeah.
Thank you. This movie is a masterpiece, and I'm sad. I haven't slept on it. I've always thought it was good, but I'm glad I refreshed on it because now I'm like, God damn, just love it. It's a good double feature next to fucking the Mighty Ducks. You know what I mean? Like they got a lot in common.
I know, really. Yeah, right. That'd be funny. But this is like I'm gonna start watching. Dude, I'm just going back. I'm gonna watch like just old boxing serials that I can find on online. I don't want to watch boxing that's present day because I don't give a shit. I just want to watch old school. Watching them box back in the day were like they were like, okay, you get to punch me and I'll punch you. You punch me and I'll punch you.
It's just how much you just gotta take it with your fucking face, dude. Take it chin first, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for listening. I was gonna say if you haven't watched it, go watch it. But if you made it this far and you haven't watched it, please watch it.
Please go watch it.
But otherwise, yeah, good stuff. Stay tuned for our Black and White month and our gangster movie month and all that. So
yeah, right.
It's gonna happen. So go to the Reddit, come talk to us, come vote on movies. We're gonna do a couple more sports movies. We'll see what we're going into the new year or whatever. So it's Christmas time if you're here. So bye. Yeah, Merry Christmas or whatever.
Right.
YouTube, if you're on there, hello. Sorry, my thing flickers so much. I gotta. Something's wrong with my graphics card.
Every once in a while we get a comment on YouTube and it'll be it's always random as hell. So I don't know if people really watch this, but thank you bots. If you're out there, bots, thanks for watching.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Patreon.